So when it comes to the first level, Item Swim for Beginners, there are coins in the level, but you don't need to pick them up in order to win. And the item swim is referring to picking up items and using them in order to swim faster, in order to, beat the level faster. Because one of the major complaints when it comes to water levels is they're really slow or whatever. And that is true, but if you ever use something to swim, it helps you go faster, so therefore the level itself is different in a matter of sense. Like, when it comes to these levels, especially when it comes to just 1-1 and 1-2, like, you can technically beat them however way you want. Like, you don't need to use the item, but obviously the things that I teach you are the things that I do progressively as the levels go by. So for instance, 1-1 is just teaching you how to item swim, no enemies besides spikes. 1-2 is the exact same level. We'll go through this as I go, but this time it does add enemies. 1-3 now teaches you how to lose and carry momentum as you go through, I guess you can say. So on and so forth. I'll explain every level as we go, but yeah, when it comes to 1-1, this one's just showing you how to use the item in order to swim. But if you don't want to, you don't have to, but it's there, so some spots you might have to use it. It's just a matter of, actually doing it. Yo, how's it going, Isabel? So, obviously, the level will always start with a 1-up. That way, if for whatever reason you're constantly dying in the world, you still have the ability to continue trying without having the need to game overing or something like that. So the first level obviously just teaches you how to do everything. So this section in particular shows you that if you do end up dropping the POW, you can still carry it and move forward, but in the next section, the things go with if you happen to drop the POW this time around, you'll lose the POW, and one of the major things is obviously teaching you how to item swim. So for instance, some of these sections here you won't be able to, like for this section, you won't be able to continue unless you have the item. So even if you tried swimming, you're gonna die. But obviously you have the reset doors that just let you go forward without the need of killing yourself, which is not something I naturally do in my own levels. For the sake of the levels themselves, I am going to try and do every exit. So for instance, this first section shows you that the sound effect teaching you that you can't actually go underneath Spike, and the one way is so you don't die. But this section shows you that you can go underneath thwomps with as much help as I possibly can do without the need of just giving you like free access to win or whatever, I guess you can say. This is the exact same thing, but this time, obviously, it only gives you one free section, one spot where you can be safe, but obviously throughout the world itself, you won't actually have the ability to have these things. They're just there to show you that you can do it. And again, you use the item in order to continue forward. And the key's not necessary, so obviously if you end up dying now, it doesn't really matter. And you also have the checkpoint, so if you do happen to die, you can reset exactly from that spot. And obviously, it's just trying to show you the things that you can and can't do when it comes to item swimming in general. So by far, World 1, Level 1-1 and 1-2 are going to be the easier of the levels of the bunch. And this section here is just to show you that if you don't have an item to swim, you're just going to end up dying, so you kind of need to carry it. So it's not just a matter of, hey, I'm just gonna fly by. So you kind of need to, you know, watch your step. And then this section is just, you can carry the POW or not, doesn't really matter. Just the winnings right there. Although you do lose the coins. That's a bummer. So yeah, if you get here, then you still have the ability to pick up the coins without needing the POW. That does make sense. So now you're here. And again, you don't need the coins, so the coins are just there to show you the important locations in the level, not necessarily this is where you have to go. Because usually whenever I put coins in a level, it's to just to show you the correct ways to be doing things without the need of having to forcefully put an arrow or shoot here or shoot there kind of thing. I just have it as... I just have those there as means of, you should be going down here, but if you don't want to, you don't have to. In this case, when it comes to my actual other levels, the entire reason of why the world even exists is whenever you see a coin, that's where you should be shooting or going towards, versus you need to find every single one. Because usually I'll do like if there's 5 coins, I'll do, these are the 4 coins where you need to be heading towards next, but there'll always be 1 coin where it would be a little bit out of the way, or you have to end up looking for if you want to get the key. And if you pick up the key, then you usually get to skip one giant section, or you get to skip a boss type of thing, or, you know, true ending or whatever. That's the reason for that. It's a themed. Well, there you go.